This is a very short narrated PowerPoint for complementary medicine. Here's a quote by Hippocrates, who even millennia ago realized the value of a positive, let's say a positive patient, and a good relationship between therapist and patient. And I think this is a great deal of what complementary medicine is about, and considering the whole person. Western medicine, which is, you might call traditional medicine, is beginning, as you probably know, to adopt more integration between allopathic medicine, which is to cure symptoms, let's say, and more holistic approach, which is a large part of complementary, what we call complementary medicine. So you will probably come across more of this. Perhaps some of you are going to become what we call complementary practitioners. So this will give you a little bit of an introduction and a chance to review or overview some of these therapies and form your opinion about them, perhaps. All right, there is a changing climate for complementary therapies, and the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine, or NCC or NCCAM, as you can see, reports 38% of adult use of complementary medicine. And I think that that is increasing. And we'll see how really broad-based complementary medicine is considered to be. And it's really, I think, good that more than half of medical schools have courses in what we still call alternative or complementary medicine. Here are some definitions. Integrative medicine blends conventional and non-conventional therapies. Alternative, one therapy used instead of another. And complementary, really from the word complete. One therapy is used alongside of what we refer to as traditional medicine. Which term refers to the blending of traditional and non-traditional therapies? Well, you can probably figure that out. Take a look and review these different terminologies. And here it is, complementary. All right, here's a website from NCCAM, the National Center for Alternative and Complementary Medicine. Please go there and take a look and figure out what they are and how they might affect your practice, what different complementary therapies are considered to be, and how might they affect your practice. And this is a very useful website for you with all kinds of information about complementary therapy. Again, highlight this link and right-click and then choose Open Hyperlink. And I have been to all these links. They are safe. Here is a little bit of the history of conventional, what we call conventional medicine, beginning with René Descartes, who said there is a separation between mind and body. And this idea became somewhat popular in what we would call the beginnings of modern Western medicine. And now we're really going back to understanding that health is linked to harmony and disease is linked to disharmony, which is more of the idea of integrative medicine, that we need really to consider the entire person to maintain and achieve optimal health. Everything that the person does, including their diet, their exercise, their attitude, their mental state, and so forth. So there are some ways to separate fact from fallacy. Certainly there are some egregious, let's say, advertisements out there, promises of miracle cures and so forth. So you as a practitioner and as an individual need to determine what is legitimate, what you find might be useful, and what you find might be not so truthful and not legitimate. You want to check the sources. But here is a good source from National Institutes of Health to help you to maybe separate fact from fiction. And as you look at this, I want you to think about some positives and negatives of complementary medicine, or at least the way it is advertised practice and so forth, what to look out for as some warning signs that this may not be a legitimate practice. Here are some types of alternative practices. Ayurveda, which originated in India, traditional Chinese medicine, which involves, in addition to many types of therapies, the use of herbs, homeopathy, which considers the entire person and also will use small doses of, let's say, the disease in a way to promote health. And there's more about this in your textbook. And naturopathy, which tries to use natural medicines, herbs, and other therapies. So read about these and figure out some sense of their differences and similarities and how they might be useful to you. Additional therapies referred to as alternative, bioenergetic, diet and nutrition. And it's interesting to me to see that diet and nutrition are considered alternative therapies. I think diet and nutrition, as I mentioned in a prior PowerPoint, are really central to preventing certain diseases, chronic diseases, and also in therapy for chronic diseases. Diabetes, heart disease, those are some that come to mind right away. Herbal medicine, which may be part of Chinese medicine. Manual healing, which can include massage and chiropractic. Mind-body medicine, including meditation and so forth. Other factors to consider: there is a connection between mind and health and disease. We know that the thalamus and hypothalamus in our brain really affect our hormones, and they are affected by stress levels and so on. Personal responsibility: you are responsible to maintain your health, and so are your patients. Lifestyle, environmental factors, which we may not have much control over. Nutrition, which we do have a great deal of control over. Stress and distress: there may be stresses in your or your clients' lives, but there are ways to deal with that stress to try to mitigate some of the effects, such as relaxation techniques and so forth. Managing negative emotions. Laughter and play are extremely important. A man named Norman Cousins wrote a book. He was actually a journalist who was suffering from a fatal disease, and he ultimately did die, but he extended his life and reduced his symptoms by laughing and watching funny videos and so forth. Love, friendship, and play are all important. Connections are important. This is the end of this, and I hope it has provided some information for you. Again, feel free to contact me via instant messaging, and have a good week.